Behind every successful man, there is a woman. However, for Donald Trump, the most extraordinary president in U.S. history, there is not just one, but
Before we dive in, I want to thank my amazing wife, Melania. It wouldn't be a Trump event without a little excitement and drama. That's Donald Trump for you. But behind the headlines and the empire he built are three women who shaped his life: Ivana Trump, Marla Maples, and Melania Trump. Each brought something unique to the table. And the last one might just surprise you. Ivana Trump, the first wife and the foundation.
Ivana is known as the First Lady of Donald Trump. Born in 1949 in Zlin, Czech Republic, Ivana Trump was a pivotal figure in building the Trump empire.
Let's start with Ivana, the original powerhouse behind Trump's rise. Born in 1949 in Zlin, Czech Republic, Ivana wasn't just a pretty face. She co-managed Trump Tower and the Plaza Hotel during the 1980s and was deeply involved in Trump's real estate empire. Her estimated net worth? Around $100 million. She owned homes in New York, Miami, and France. Glamour, grit, and business smarts.
With her the spirit of discipline, resilience, and the will to overcome difficulties of an Eastern European woman. After marrying Donald Trump in 1977.
In the 80s, Ivana was a full-on pop culture icon. Stylish, tough, and smart, she balanced business, motherhood, and philanthropy. She met Trump in 1976, married him a year later, and together, they became one of the most powerful couples in New York. More than a first lady, she was the boss.
The third wife is Melania Trump, from supermodel to devoted mother.
She wasn't in the background. Ivana was at the boardroom table. She ran Trump's castle in Atlantic City, had a hand in the design of Trump Tower's interiors, and held CEO titles in his companies. A high-profile divorce and a fresh start.
Tower and the Plaza Hotel during the 1980s, for her net worth at $100 million and ownership of luxurious properties in New York, Miami, and France.
Their divorce in 1990 made headlines, but was relatively civil. Ivana walked away with $14 million, a 45-room Connecticut mansion, and a Trump Plaza apartment. She went on to build her own brand with fashion, jewelry, and beauty lines, mainly through QVC. Author, columnist, and mom.
No overindulgence.
Ivana also wrote books and a popular advice column. She and Donald had three kids: Donald Jr., Ivanka, and Eric, the Trump kids, built by Ivana.
Three children: Donald Jr., Ivanka, Eric Trump, and they have had certain achievements in life.
Donald Jr. now runs the Trump Organization and is worth an estimated $350 million. Ivanka launched fashion lines and built her own brand. She's reportedly worth $800 million. Eric runs the Eric Trump Foundation and has also played a major role in his father's political campaigns. Family first, always.
Second wife was not only a beauty queen, but also a talented artist and a compassionate philanthropist.
Ivana wasn't just a businesswoman, she was a hands-on mom. In her memoir, Raising Trump, she wrote about always having breakfast and dinner with her kids, no matter how packed her schedule was. A lasting legacy.
And she continued to publicly support her ex-husband after their split. The divorce was front-page news and widely publicized.
Even after her divorce, she remained close to her children. Ivanka once described her as wonderful, charming, warm, and funny. Ivana helped shape not just Donald Trump's empire, but the next generation of Trumps, saying goodbye to a giant.
shortly after their Aspen vacation, Ivana Trump filed for divorce in 1990. This set off a fierce legal battle, not only over child custody.
She passed away in 2022 at age 73 after a fall in her Manhattan home. Her funeral was attended by her children and Donald Trump himself. She left behind an estimated $34 million fortune. Most of it went to her kids. Her longtime nanny, Dorothy Curry, was more than just help. Ivana saw her as family. Marla Maples, beauty queen with a heart.
Marla Maples, a beautiful young woman from the south of the United States, brings a completely different energy.
Next up, Marla Maples, beauty queen, actress, and philanthropist. Marla brought a different kind of energy to Trump's world. Meeting Trump and a lavish wedding.
When he was still in marriage to Ivana, Marla's appearance quickly caused a storm in the media, especially as their relationship became more and more public.
Born in 1963 in Georgia, Marla was an athlete and later a model. She met Trump in 1985 when she was just 22. By 1989, they were vacationing in Aspen together. They married in 1993 in a lavish wedding with over 1,000 guests and 17 TV crews. Hollywood glam meets Fifth Avenue excess.
Chip quickly became a hot topic, especially because Trump was still married to Ivana Trump.
Marla wore a $2 million diamond crown and a Carolina Herrera gown. Their wedding was over the top, with $60,000 worth of caviar and a 2-meter-tall cake. A career in the spotlight.
Marla Maples quickly stood out for her talents. Crowned homecoming queen at Northwest Whitfield High School, she excelled in sports and leadership.
She had a brief but successful career in entertainment, appearing in films like Executive Decision and Happiness, and even dancing on Dancing with the Stars in 2016. A mom first.
But it was her encounter with Donald Trump in 1985 that thrust her into the American media spotlight. At just 22 years old.
But after the marriage ended in 1999, Marla chose to focus on raising their daughter, Tiffany Trump. She stepped away from the spotlight to give Tiffany a grounded life. Tiffany Trump, a life of her own.
Tiffany Trump, the only daughter of Donald and Marla Maples, stands out for her elegant beauty and discreetness.
Today, Tiffany has a net worth of about $10 million, owns a $1.5 million condo in New York, and has worked with luxury brands. She's financially independent and active in the social scene, something Marla definitely influenced. A giving spirit.
Owns a $1.5 million luxury apartment in New York.
Marla's also known for her philanthropy. She supported Lyme disease awareness, Make-A-Wish, and Kids' Peace initiatives. Her legacy is one of grace, purpose, and quiet strength. Melania Trump. The final chapter begins.
Melania Trump is the current First Lady of U.S. President Donald Trump.
And then there's Melania Trump, supermodel turned First Lady. Her chapter in this story is just as fascinating. Before she was America's First Lady, Melania Trump was already famous, just not for politics. Born in Slovenia, she was turning heads long before the White House. By her early 20s, she was rocking the covers of Vogue, Harper's Bazaar, GQ, and New York Magazine. With her icy stare, signature poise, and that Euromodel mystique, Melania wasn't just modeling, she was dominating. Fluent, fierce, and focused.
Quickly established herself in the business world by founding 2 separate companies, Ivana.
Oh, and get this, she speaks 5 languages: Slovenian, English, French, Serbian, and German. A beauty with brains? You bet. Fashion Week to fortune.
Attending major fashion events in Paris and Milan.
At 18, Melania signed with a modeling agency in Milan, and things took off fast. Soon, she was strutting runways in Paris and Milan, working with iconic designers and landing ad campaigns for Chanel, Versace, and Dior. She didn't just model, she built an empire. By the way, she came second in Slovenia's Face of the Year contest in 1992. Spoiler, she didn't need first place to win the world. Enter New York in 1996.
Modeling agency. In the course of her career, she appeared on the covers of several magazines.
A modeling agency flew her to New York, and the Big Apple became her playground. She was featured in Sports Illustrated's legendary swimsuit edition in 2000. That issue? Instant classic. Melania, the brand.
With Donald into the White House, where political power blends with media light.
After marrying Donald Trump in 2005, Melania flipped the script from model to mogul. She launched Melania timepieces and jewelry, sold on QVC, and even dropped a luxury skincare line called Melania Mark. She wasn't just Donald's wife, she was a businesswoman with her own brand, a very successful one. Fashion First Lady.
But also a true symbol of power. She is the epitome of a strong, independent woman who has continued to build her own empire.
Melania doesn't do ordinary things. While most First Ladies were organizing charity dinners and picking White House china, Melania was shutting down red carpets in Dior and Valentino. She's not just stylish, she's statement level. How she met Donald. And yes, it was juicy.
Fume commercial. Melania now met Donald Trump in 1998 at a...
They met in 1998 at a fashion party in New York, while he was still technically married to Marla Maples. Yep, But fast forward, they tied the knot in 2005 at Trump's Palm Beach estate. The wedding? Straight out of a billionaire fairy tale. Hillary Clinton was there. So was Oprah. Melania's dress? A custom Christian Dior gown worth $100,000? Casual, business, bling, and NFTs?
But she does not seek the spotlight. She has left a lasting impression on the public.
Melania didn't slow down. She kept modeling, launched a caviar-based skincare line, and even stepped into the world of NFTs. Her debut collection, Melania's Vision, sold for nearly $200,000. You read that right? Melania's got a crypto game.
President and his wife's flights. Melania Trump was born to a car dealer father.
Cars, cribs, and smart investments. Her garage? A dream. A vintage Mercedes, a Cadillac, and a $500,000 Rolls-Royce Phantom. Real estate? She's got a luxury penthouse in Trump Tower and valuable property back in Slovenia. This isn't just wealth, it's strategy. The mysterious Melania.
Closely, ensuring that her son has a comprehensive learning and development.
Here's where it gets interesting. Melania's a mystery. She rarely speaks, never overshares, and somehow that makes her even more powerful. In a world that lives online, she plays the long game. Be quiet, look flawless, stay unbothered. Mom mode activated.
Melania focused on elite education and poise. Their lessons shaped the Trump children into some of the most influential figures in society.
In 2006, Melania gave birth to Barron Trump, and everything changed. Say what you want about her public persona, but Melania is a full-on mama bear. She personally oversees his education, cooks his meals, and keeps their bond super tight. Barron Trump, the quiet giant
Of his children. Each child carries a unique imprint.
Barron isn't just tall, he's towering at over 6 feet 9 inches. But behind that height is a focused, intelligent kid with a real love for soccer. He trained with elite academies and attended St. Andrew's Episcopal, a top-tier school in Maryland with a $40,000 plus yearly tuition. Melania made sure he had every advantage without spoiling him. Melania's billionaire life.
She has been associated with individuals from the fashion industry and political spheres. Her friendships are characterized by discretion.
She's the calm in Trump's storm, the elegant enigma behind the gold doors. From small-town Slovenia to the White House runway, Melania Trump is billionaire luxury, redefined. Behind the scenes, Melania and Barron.
Barron developed into an independent, intelligent, and poised young man, mirroring his mother's calm and disciplined nature.
Despite everything on her plate, Melania prioritizes Barron. They're constantly seen together at events, and insiders say he's her entire world. Donald once said Barron's very smart and very good at school. And it's no surprise, Melania runs a tight ship when it comes to parenting. What's the Trump kid's secret?
The success of Donald Jr., Ivanka, Eric, Tiffany, and even Barron.
Let's be real. All of Trump's kids, from Ivanka to Barron, have found success. But why? What's the secret sauce? Turns out, there are 5 powerful parenting lessons that might explain it.
Anna instilled leadership and discipline. Marla taught compassion and independence. Melania prioritized education and poise.
So, which Trump wife do you think had the biggest influence? Was it Ivana, Marla, or Melania? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And hey, if you love these deep dives into fascinating lives, hit that like and subscribe for more stories you won't hear anywhere else.